Okay, so a lot of people always want to know what I find the hardest part about my job. And for those of you who don't know, I am an escort. And a lot of people assume that it would be that the hardest part is fucking clients that I'm not attracted to, or clients that I might think are gross. But honestly, like, even if I'm not attracted to someone, I don't think they're gross. Like, I don't really think anyone's gross because I'm like a really good person. Um, so it's not really ever an issue for me. Like, I'll fuck anyone if they're paying me. It doesn't really matter. You know, as long as they're hygienic. They, of course, have to be hygienic. And, like, if someone isn't hygienic, I'm always working somewhere where there's a shower and where they can fix that. So, like, you know, that's never really an issue. What really is the hardest part is probably the social isolation. When you're an escort, you feel very separated from the rest of society. It can almost feel like you're not a part of society, and it can be really difficult and really lonely. And very, you know, you stop being able to relate to other people around you, and that's really hard. Just kidding, it's the hemorrhoids. Okay, so if a guy's ever hitting on you and like it's really annoying or like you just don't want him to, you want him to stop, and he asks you what you're into, what you're gonna say is cock and ball torture. Because either you'll never hear from him again or you can make some money off of him. So, win-win. So a lot of you are really mad, apparently, or like think that I shouldn't have had a house party at the beginning of quarantine. But like, what you don't understand is there are things that I do that made it safe. That maybe like it's not safe for you, but for me it was fine to have a house party. And it's actually really embarrassing for you for thinking that, and like it makes you look really stupid and dumb. But basically, there are things that can prevent you from getting certain diseases, certain healing crystals. The one that I use is called meth, and I smoke it maybe like 6 to 10 times a day. And like basically, like you can Google this, but if you take an amphetamine, you cannot get flu or flu-like illnesses. It's just like literally not possible. So it's like really embarrassing that you'd like try to call me out for that when like I'm immune to this shit because I smoke meth. So this one time I was smoking crack with this couple. In fact, the guy from the couple was the same guy that I put chocolate up my butt with, but he was with this girl at the time and they were paying me to have a threesome with them. They broke up by the point when I put the chocolate up my butt with him. But anyways, basically she was like at one point told him to show me his party trick. So he was like, sure. So then basically he was like, show me your heel. So I took this Louboutin right here, and he like asked for the heel. So he took the heel, and he put it like right up his pee hole. And that's when I learned what sounding was, because that's what sounding is. Okay, so this one time I wanted to do some K, but my nose was clogged because I do way too much K. So I've been meaning to try boofing for a while now, so I was like, might as well try it. So I just took a syringe that I had lying around, and I removed the needle, and I filled it with some K and some water, and then I squirted it up my butt, and I was having a really good time. I kept doing that, and I was doing it so much, I was like really like on the edge of a K-hole. So I was like, whatever, I want to do one more like squirt of K up my butt. I want to boof a little bit more, so I did, and then when I pulled out the syringe, like, just the part that you push in, like, came out, and I was really high, so I thought maybe I just couldn't find it, and I had, like, dropped it on the ground or whatever, but I looked for, like, 2 hours, I couldn't find it, I wasn't even high anymore, but I wanted to get more high, so I wanted it back, so that I could keep boofing more K, but then, basically, I thought I had to take a shit, but I went to the toilet, and thought I was taking a shit. When I looked down in the toilet, the rest of the syringe was in the toilet, like, it had been at my butt the whole time. I used to work at a massage parlor, and I find it really funny that sometimes when I say that, people think that I mean like an actual massage parlor, but like obviously, like, come on, you know what I meant. So anyways, I worked at this massage parlor, and one day this like guy comes in and he picks me to line up, and then he's like really, really, really old, like by far the oldest guy I've ever done. Like he was like so old, like while I was like massaging his back, I was like afraid I was gonna break him. Like I literally thought he was gonna die. So anyways, I'm like giving him a back massage, do that for a bit, I'm like grinding on him, and then I flip him over, ready to like do the front, and like the rope was done, so it was like time for the tug, and I like just like put my hand down there, and he starts like convulsing and like screaming, and I like thought he was having a heart attack, and I like jumped up, and I was like, oh my god, monsieur, because like was I correct, because like I was in Quebec, so whatever, long story. But anyways, he was just coming, like he just finished. So probably by now a lot of you have clued into the fact that I'm basically a princess, but like instead of the incest part, just like put prostitute. And people often ask me what the weirdest thing a client has ever asked for is, and by far, I think hands down the weirdest. And like you've seen some of my other videos maybe, you know I've done some weird shit. But once this one guy wanted me to look at a photo album with him, of him with all of his ex-girlfriends, and he wanted me to like tell him that they were all really pretty. Okay, so like one time this like crackhead like called me to like come to his house to like do the thing that I do. Anyways, he was like a rich crackhead though. Like he wasn't like sketchy. I mean like he was sketchy, but like whatever. He like was paying me a lot of money. So I go to his house and he like wanted to pay me extra. First he's like starts talking about how he like is really into the idea of me like shitting on him and like him eating my shit and like me calling him my human toilet and just like that kind of thing, which like I'm not into. Like I'll pee on anyone, I'll pee on your dad, like I don't fucking care. But like I'm not into shitting or whatever. So he was like, whatever, I'll pay you extra to like shove a chocolate bar like up your ass and then like poo it out. So I did that. I like put a chocolate bar up my butt and then I like pooed it out on him and like called him like my human toilet and like just like told him he was like disgusting because he was eating my shit or whatever and like whatever, got a lot of money from it, but like probably wouldn't do it again.